Hi guys, want to know who is the richest person in the world? Here are the top 20 richest people's list around the world. Number 20, Ma Huiting Chairs, Chinese internet giant Tencent Holdings, which ranks among the nation's largest businesses by market cap. Tencent's popular social messaging app WeChat has more than 1 billion users. The group listed its music streaming subsidiary, Tencent Music, on the New York Stock Exchange in December 2018. Number 19, Rob Walton is the eldest son of Walmart founder Sam Walton. Walton took over as chairman upon his father's death in 1992. He retired as chairman in June 2015 and was replaced by his son-in-law, Greg Penner. Penner still sits on Walmart's board. He and other heirs of Sam Walton collectively own about half of Walmart's stock. Number 18, Jim Walton is the youngest son of Walmart founder Sam Walton. He is chairman of the family's Arvest Bank, which today boasts assets of more than $20 billion. Jim sat on Walmart's board for more than a decade before yielding the seat to his son, Stuart, in June 2016. Collectively, he and other heirs of Sam Walton own about half of Walmart's stock. Number 17, Alice Walton is the only daughter of Walmart founder Sam Walton. She has focused on curating art rather than working for Walmart like her siblings, Rob and Jim. In 2011, she opened the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art in her hometown of Bentonville, Arkansas. Crystal Bridges features works from the likes of Andy Warhol, Norman Rockwell and Mark Rothko. Number 16, Mexico's richest man, Carlos Slim Helú and his family control America Móvil, Latin America's biggest mobile telecom firm. With foreign telecom partners, Slim bought a stake in Telmex, Mexico's only phone company, in 1990. Telmex is now part of America Móvil. He also owns stakes in Mexican construction, consumer goods, mining and real estate companies and 17% of the New York Times. Number 15, Zhong Shanshan chairs Nongfu Spring, a bottled water company, which listed its shares in Hong Kong in September 2020. Hangzhou-born Zhong dropped out of elementary school during China's chaotic Cultural Revolution. He later had jobs as a construction worker, a newspaper reporter and a beverage sales agent before starting his own business. Number 14, infrastructure tycoon Gautam Adani controls Mundra Port, India's largest, in his home state of Gujarat. His $13 billion revenue, Adani Group's interests span infrastructure, commodities, power generation and transmission and real estate. Adani owns Abbott Point, a controversial coal mining project in Australia, whose Carmichael coal mine is billed as one of the world's largest. Number 13, Steve Ballmer is the high-wattage former CEO of Microsoft, who led the company from 2000 to 2014. He joined Microsoft in 1980 as employee number 30 after dropping out of Stanford's MBA program. Ballmer oversaw Microsoft after the first dot-com crash and through efforts to catch up to Google in search capabilities and Apple in mobile phones. The same year he retired from Microsoft, he bought the NBA's Los Angeles Clippers for $2 billion. Number 12, Mukesh Ambani chairs and runs $74 billion revenue, Reliance Industries, which has interests in petrochemicals, oil and gas, telecom and retail. Reliance was founded by his late father Dhirubhai Ambani, a yarn trader, in 1966 as a small textile manufacturer. After his father's death in 2002, Ambani and his younger sibling Anil divvied up the family empire. In 2016, Reliance sparked a price war in India's hyper-competitive telecom market with the launch of 4G phone service Jio. Number 11, Amancio Ortega of Spain is one of the wealthiest clothing retailers in the world. A pioneer in fast fashion, he co-founded Inditex, known for its Zara fashion chain, with his ex-wife Rosalia Mera, d. 2013, in 1975. He owns about 60% of Madrid-listed Inditex, which has 8 brands, including Massimo Dutti and Pull & Bear, and 7,500 stores around the world. Ortega typically earns more than $400 million in dividends a year. Number 10, Françoise Bettencourt Meyers is the granddaughter of the founder of L'Oreal and the richest woman in the world. Bettencourt Meyers and her family own around 33% of L'Oreal stock. She has served on L'Oreal's board since 1997 and is chairwoman of the family holding company. She became France's reigning L'Oreal heiress in 2017 when her mother Liliane Bettencourt, then the world's richest woman, died at age 94. Number 9, Sergey Brin stepped down as president of Alphabet, parent company of Google, in December 2019, but remains a controller shareholder and a board member. He co-founded Google with Larry Page in 1998 after the two met at Stanford University while studying for advanced degrees in computer science. Google went public in 2004 and changed its name to Alphabet in 2015. Number 8, Larry Ellison is chairman, chief technology officer and co-founder of software giant Oracle, of which he owns about 35%. He gave up the Oracle CEO role in 2014 after 37 years at the helm. Oracle has grown in part through steady acquisitions of software companies, the biggest of which was $9.3 billion for NetSuite in 2016. In May 2016, Ellison pledged $200 million to the University of Southern California for a cancer treatment center. Number 7, Larry Page stepped down as CEO of Alphabet, the parent of Google, in December 2019, but remains a board member and a controlling shareholder. He co-founded Google in 1998 with fellow Stanford PhD student Sergey Brin. With Brin, Page invented Google's PageRank algorithm, which powers the search engine. Page was CEO until 2001, when Eric Schmidt took over, and then from 2011 until 2015, when he became CEO of Google's new parent company Alphabet. Number 6, known as the Oracle of Omaha, Warren Buffett is one of the most successful investors of all time. Buffett runs Berkshire Hathaway, which owns more than 60 companies, including insurer Geico, battery maker Duracell and restaurant chain Dairy Queen. The son of a U.S. congressman, he first bought stock at age 11 and first filed taxes at age 13. Number 5, Facebook, the social network Zuckerberg runs, has become a go-to communications tool during the coronavirus pandemic lockdown. More than 1,000 advertisers joined boycott in June to protest Facebook's lax policing of hate speech and misleading posts from politicians. Zuckerberg started Facebook at Harvard in 2004 at the age of 19 for students to match names with photos of classmates. Number 4, Bill Gates and Melinda French Gates, now divorcing, chair the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the world's largest private charitable foundation. On May 3, 2021, Bill and Melinda each announced on Twitter they were ending their marriage after 27 years. They will still co-chair the foundation. Gates, who co-founded Microsoft with Paul Allen, D. 2018, in 1975, has transferred at least $3 billion worth of shares in public companies to Melinda. As of March 2020, when Gates stepped down from the Microsoft board, he owned about 1% of the software and computing company's shares. Number 3, Elon Musk is working to revolutionize transportation both on Earth, through electric car maker Tesla and in space, via rocket producer SpaceX. He owns 21% of Tesla, but has pledged more than half his stake as collateral for loans. Forbes has discounted his stake to take the loans into account. He stepped down as chairman in 2018 after making alleged false statements about a plan to take Tesla private, triggering an SEC probe. SpaceX, Musk's rocket company, is now valued at $74 billion after its latest funding round in February 2021. Number 2, Jeff Bezos founded e-commerce giant Amazon in 1994 out of his garage in Seattle. He will step down as CEO to become executive chairman in July 2021. Amazon thrived during the pandemic. Revenues in 2020 grew 38% to $386 billion as people stayed home and made online purchases. In April 2020, Bezos said he would give $100 million to Feed America, a nonprofit that operates food banks and food pantries across the country. Amazon has faced criticism from U.S. senators and the general public for its treatment of warehouse workers during the coronavirus pandemic. Number 1, one of the world's ultimate tastemakers, Bernard Arnault oversees an empire of 70 brands including Louis Vuitton and Sephora. In January 2021, LVMH completed a deal for American jeweler Tiffany & Company for $15.8 billion, believed to be the biggest luxury brand acquisition ever. LVMH spent $3.2 billion in 2019 for luxury hospitality group, Belmont, which owns or manages 46 hotels, trains and river cruises. His father made a small fortune in construction. Arnault got his start by putting up $15 million from that business to buy Christian Dior in 1985.